Greetings, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ama LightWorker. I do post psychic tarot readings in this YouTube channel. I also do Akashic readings, tarot readings, as I mentioned, face readings, Reiki, energy clearing, and I also do a lot of live streamings in this Vimeo channel. If you are logging on to your accounts, I'm just going to give you a little bit of time so you can all log in. I know that YouTube is not always good in notifying all the people right away about live streamings. So I can see right now, Small Wildflowers, Ariane K, Charlotte. So hi to everybody. We have a few astrological events coming up. Kathy Robertson, how are you? I'm glad that you called me live finally. We have a few astrological events coming up. One of them is going to be the new moon in April 22nd in the sign of Taurus. Depending on where you live in the world, it could be happening on April 22nd or April 23rd. So now I can see Love 88 Spirit, Kate Turner, Cynthia, Andy. Hi and greetings to everybody. And then we have a lot more events. We have the eclipses, another set of eclipses in the next few months. Venus is doing, I don't know exactly what Venus is doing, I think is stationed direct at some point and then going to retrograde. So we have one astrological event after another. So, but let's focus on this month of April. So again, April 2020, we have a new moon coming up on April 22nd. I'm just giving a little bit more time to anyone who maybe is logging into your accounts right now. Okay. And as always, I will proceed with a reading from the Akashic records. Let's see what this new moon will be all about. Okay. New changes are in the making. They are going to start to be in effect, to take place over the course of the next 4 weeks. But really, it's going to be between this new moon in April and whenever the next new moon will happen in May. For a lot of you, you are going to see that this new moon is going to affect communication, technology, internet activities. And it will also redirect you. It's going to refocus you, particularly for those of you who felt a little bit scattered. It will refocus your ideas, your mental focus, your physical focus, your energy into doing rather than contemplating between choices or what to do, how to go about it. But at the same time, this newness energy to it will also affect how you communicate in relationships. How you communicate with a friend, how you communicate with your husband, how you communicate with your wife, and how would you like to be treated. And I have a sense that the Akashic records are also showing me a lot of people on the internet trying to look for a new job, trying to make a new way of living, trying to figure out how else can I earn money. Money, relationships, internet communication are very much going to be highlighted. Some of you are going to be looking into how to get a patent to a product that maybe you have developed. Maybe you are very innovative and you are working on some kind of invention, and a lot of you are going to be looking into uh, how to make a profit out of it, how to trademark it, if that's the case, or in other words, how to register it as your own. But they're also showing me the energy of mother. It would not be unusual that during the energy of this new moon, issues around a mother or about a mother will come up. You are asked at this time to be very patient. For those of you who have a mother, be very patient with a mother, with a mother-in-law, if you do have a mother-in-law. And they are also telling me that you are going to be dealing with people, energies, and situations that are going to test your patience. Now you have to distinguish, when is it that you need to stand up for yourself, and when is it that maybe you need to take a step forward and let it blow over. You know the expression, let it snow, let it slow, let it snow, let it snow. I'm going to do whatever I want to do anyway. Yes, 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 and do whatever you want to do. So it completely it depends on you which one of these attitudes you would like to adopt. But you are forewarned that dealing with some people may not necessarily be easy. It could be even dealing with people over the internet, at work, even children. For those of you who happen to be mothers, you may feel a little bit challenged. Being a mother is a very complex duty. It is as difficult as it is wonderful. They are also showing to me people who are working on a script, people who are working on editing, editorials, encyclopedias. I mean, I never thought of that, encyclopedias, in a long time. Writing a book. They're showing me a lot of work that is going to take place, particularly for those of you who are working on launching publishing. Could be videos, could be a book, could be a program, could be a website. And they are also showing me that a lot of you, the best use of the energy of this full moon would be for you to kind of focus on putting the last finishing touches, finish, complete anything that you need to do so. Because once the energy of the full moon takes over, reaches its peak, then new changes, new things are going to take place. So do whatever you have in your power to do to finish right now. And I can see a few more people who logged in. Daughter of Love, Jennifer, Deb, Green Baby. For many of you, they're showing me your body going through changes. Your wardrobe changing. You may feel drawn to change something about your physical appearance. You are going to be drawn to things of beauty. You are suddenly going to notice the beauty in everything, but you are also going to feel a lot more inspired. You're going to feel like you have that extra burst of energy, and you are going to make a decision. Where is it that you would like to channel this extra burst of energy? Would you like to channel it into working out? Would you like to channel it into work? Would you like to channel it into spending quality time with your family? How would you like to channel this extra burst of not only energy, but extra burst of creativity. Some money is going to come in, but instead of April, they're telling me that certain things are going to take place now, but when you actually end up getting this money, for some of you it's going to be May, for other ones it's going to be June or after June. This money may be coming in through reimbursements, money through a lawsuit, profit. Some of you are going to begin to make some profit. Maybe you have a business, maybe you're going to put or list things for sale online. Could be a home or property, could be other things that you may be selling online. You are asked to hang in there, give it a push, because it feels that for most of us, financial bliss or a financial situation will be a little bit easier around June. So for some, it's going to happen before June, around May, for others past June, but know that it will be coming. You are going to notice how your own heart, it's more and more open. You are going to feel drawn to help or to sympathize with people who are ailing or struggling in some ways. You are going to be drawn to new ways of looking at the anatomy of the body, new ways of looking at health, alternative health, some kind of a new invention that could be very innovative with dealing with a specific illness. You are going to be looking into new doctors in your area, a new hospital, a new clinic. You are going to be looking in working with energy, doing a reading, trying something out for the first time. Many of you are going to be looking at your subscriptions. Whether these are subscriptions that you may have to YouTube, to different people on who have YouTube channels, on Facebook pages, online magazines, and you are going to be going through some kind of a selection. You're going to decide who you're going to follow with your subscriptions or not. There's also a sense that for some of you, you are going to feel that you need to exercise extra caution or prudence when dealing with neighbors. You may feel a little bit sensitive about what is happening in the town where you live, in the area where you live, particularly with your own neighbors. If somebody is trying to provoke you into having a negative reaction, please, you're going to very quickly understand and realize that, and you are going to know exactly how to make it right. You are going to be quite diplomatic about. Pay attention to passwords, extra codes, extra securities, extra warranties. For some of you, these are highlighted. If you are buying anything, make sure that you save the receipt. If you're buying anything that requires a warranty, to extend the warranty, extra security, insurance, please do look carefully into that. However, for the time being, it's not highly advisable to spend a lot of money on expensive items. Something that you may be doing online could be compromised, or at the very least, you may be afraid that it's going to be compromised. People logging into your account could even be, people that you live with. Maybe you leave like your profile open and by accident, they're going to have access to it. But please be aware of that. Cyberbullying, cybersecurity, all of these matters seem to be highlighted. And Many issues in regards to that are going to take place between this new moon coming up on April 22nd and the next new moon coming up sometime in May. I don't have the calendar, the astrological calendar in front of me, so I don't know when that's going to happen. This is just the information that is being shown to me from the Akashic records. I get a sense that you are going to be looking into herbal tea, soothing your soul with herbal tea, healing your body with herbal tea. You're going to very much be looking into how food may contribute in healing you or making an illness worse. But you are also going to be changing your perspective on a lot of things. Who you thought you were, suddenly that's going to change because you are about to be introduced to a new dimension of your own self. And do not be surprised, because from the day that you are born until the day that you die, you always get to meet a new version of yourself, a new dimension of yourself. And very soon, all of us are about to meet a whole new dimension of ourselves. You are going to be surprised by your own sense of courage, your own sense of adaptability, your own sense of how combining the old way of doing things with the new way could actually be very valuable. This time around, you are going to be looking into what is practical and what is not practical. And I'm not allowed to withhold any information from you. So for some of you, I'm sorry to say that this energy will connect to situations around a divorce, to situations around a possible divorce, and it's going to bring up front for you to reconsider again situations for those of you who share custody of your children. I am not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing. For some of you, this could actually be a good thing, having a chance to have a second chance to have this new perspective, maybe to figure out a new agreement between parents, okay, caregivers. Be aware that you are going to have a tendency to be swept away in the tragedy and the dramas of other people. They are not talking about you and your dramas, but for that one moment when the situation that you are dealing feels bigger than you. So be aware that you could be very excitable in a good way, but also in a bad way. So be aware of the influences of other people on you. Try not to be swept away in the drama that's going on around you, whether this is coming to you from a TV program, something you hear on the TV, over the internet, people that you communicate with over the internet, or people that you live with. You have to make a choice that enough is enough, and it feels like it is about your energetic boundaries. You're going to decide, like, if something that constantly you keep hearing bothers you and it's coming from the TV, shut the TV off. If a person that you are dealing with keeps aggravating you, maybe you're going to choose not to communicate so often with this person, or not communicate at all. Or maybe you're going to focus, let me see what needs fixing here so I can finally communicate better. What is the power that this person has over me? Your best way for you to fix it is to get out of a relationship, get out of an agreement, get out of a circumstance. Then that's what you're going to do, because now you are going to feel more in touch with your courage. And your courage is going to allow you to follow through with your decisions. They're showing me that for some of you, there's going to be a shift with how much money you get with your paycheck. If you are entitled to any financial assistance, any benefits, it doesn't matter, from the government, from the company that you work from the family, even, they're telling me that some kind of a shift is going to happen. But as a global energy, they are showing me that from this point on, they are indicating to me those people who always had less money because maybe the hourly wage was lower, and they're showing me like this big shift, how the people who didn't have much, now they're going to start to make a little bit more money, or maybe their benefits are going to increase, and we are going to hear more and more about people who have the power to help financially, who have the power to organize fundraisers and to help other people, institutions, hospitals, individuals who are ailing right now. So they're talking about people who are financially privileged coming together here and there, even by themselves, kind of trying to put together to help others in financial need. Do not worry about everybody's reaction. Not everybody is going to like you for who you are. Not everybody is going to like you for what you do. Not everybody is going to like your work, maybe, for those of you who are working. Not everybody is going to like a book that maybe you wrote, a plan that you have. Do not worry about the non-sayers. They are doing their job, and you have to do your job. You're going to keep walking forward nevertheless. And as I am being described this situation, they are bringing to my attention an Albanian old saying. I am originally from Albania, and basically, if I have to break it down to kind of translate it to in a way that makes sense in English, basically it means the dogs are going to bark, but you're going to keep going straight forward. You're not just going to stop because one dog is barking here and another one is barking there. That's their job. That's what the dogs do. You're going to keep moving forward. I am now asked to talk to a few people that are now online, and I'm going to do what they're telling me to do. Okay. Gina. Hi, Gina. Om Shanti. Abstract Wellness. Love 88 Spirit. Fox Rodriguez. Maria Almeida. Okay. Jennifer Simmons. The Akashic Records are drawing my attention to you. I don't know if you are still online. Did you have maybe a question that I can answer right now? They're telling me that I need to talk to you. So if you are still online, let me know. In the meantime, let me see what else is out here. Jerusha, okay. Spirit, yeah, I don't know how to say your, yeah, bless spiritos. Okay. Sarah Johnson. Okay. All right. Jerusha Gregoria. Okay. So I'm told to speak to you. Would you have a question that I can answer to right now, very briefly? Dragon Rising, Miss Tamika, how are you? She's one of my very best clients, Miss Tamika. Hi, everybody. Kaela. Hi, Kaela. Okay, so I mentioned a few people there, but they're not typing, they're not writing. So I'm going to go to Love 888 Spirit. When will I move into my own place? I need to know, do you have to move out right now? Because the way your situation is being described to me, Love 88 Spirit, they are not giving me any indicators that you are forced or moved or obligated to move out anytime soon. They're telling me that the energy around you doesn't feel very stable. So out of your free will, because you do have free will, if you decide to move now, you're going to grow very tired and very bored of that place, and it's not going to give you the permanent home that you are looking for. It feels like January, next January, the situation and the energy around you will be a lot more stable. And if you decide to follow their advice, wait until January next year, then you are going to end up not only having the perfect little home for you, but a home that is going to give you more, a home that is going to be long lasting. And to tell you the truth, the way this is being described to me, it feels like you're going to own your own place. They're not talking about you renting a place, they're talking about you buying your own place. Okay. So, Jerusha, in order for me to answer to your question, I need the Akashic records know you very well, but I don't. I'm just an interpreter. So, what kind of job do you have right now? And if you are thinking about changing your career, what do you have in mind? For you, I keep getting the sense that your soul is very creative. You have been reincarnated many times. You had many different lifetimes when you made a very good living out of your sense of creativity. So you had careers when you got to use your creativity, very artistic, and you did a very comfortable living out of that. So have you ever thought of doing anything creative and turning that into a career? That's the sense that they are showing me for you. Focus and think, what is it that you can do in terms, what are you creative about, and how can you use it? So I can only answer to one question at a time, but it feels, Jerusha, that your life will redirect you in a place when you are going to end up in higher management and even eventually having your own company. It's going to take many years for you to get there, but it feels like the power that you have as a leader and your ability to create, because your soul never changes, is still the same. You can be an accountant, but deep down in your soul, you still have that spirit of creativity. So they're showing me you moving forward in the higher possible level with your future career. Definitely, you're going to be changing your career. So, folks, Rodriguez, don't judge yourself. They're telling me that you shouldn't judge yourself. It's only human. We all feel guilt and fear, and it is also emphasized by the pandemic, by the quarantine. You are also picking up on the global energies around you. The only thing that you can do right now is stop, take a deep breath, refocus your energy, and keep repeating that everything will be fine. Right now, they're telling me that how this lockdown will work out for you personally and for everybody else right now, it's purely going to be up to your sense of optimism. If you believe that you're going to be fine and everything is going to work out after this lockdown, then that's how it's going to happen. I don't have a sense that anything will go particularly wrong with you, Rodriguez, but they're telling me that you need to have faith. That sense of guilt and fear has been affecting your faith. Faith, you have to trust. That's the faith. You have to trust that you're going to be fine. They are not telling me anything in particular that you need to be on the watch out. Okay, so I'm not getting anything negative around you. Give me 1 second. So I'm just going by what the Akashic records are telling me. Unfortunately, I cannot answer to all of you guys. Sarah Johnson. Right now, they are asking you to put together some kind of a little bit more of an elaborated plan. When you have to look at it, consider yourself a businesswoman. Okay, first and foremost, they are giving me a sense of your soul, and the most powerful gift that you have is to be a businesswoman. And they are asking you to get help from other people, get advice from people who are very good with finances. If you have to hire somebody to figure out numbers on how you're going to do this, focus on that. They are not telling me that you need more advice and you need to spend more time onto what specifically this wellness company is going to be all about. They're telling me that you're going to be selling products. But a portion of these products are also going to be products that you are going to invent yourself. For right now, focus a little bit on how financially everything will come together for you, and keep continuing, because this feels like is this Line Health and Wellness Company. It feels that is directly relates to the higher purpose of your life. Not only you are meant to have this business for your own goodness, so that you can benefit financially, energetically, for your own benefit, but it feels like a lot of people are going to benefit through you having this wellness company. So also focus not only in services that you may be providing, but also focus a little bit more into products that you may be selling. So Dragon Rise is 11. You have to let me know what kind of business is it in order for me to get more information from the Akashic records. So Jerusha. Oh, very good. So you're working as an investment specialist in a government agency. I get a sense of you eventually having a website, Jerusha, and it's not going to be a simple plain website. It's going to be a very elaborated website, and they're showing me that you're going to own that website. But be aware that they do recommend that you keep your job and to make that switch gradually, okay, to your new career. They don't recommend you quitting something in order for you to start something. You have to be very aware and very careful on how you're going to make that transition. Take your time. Go with the flow when you're going to make that transition. So, Jennifer, work and health. So allow me, guys, to remind you that the Akashic records know you very well, but you have to be a little bit more specific. Is there specifically any health-related questions or work? For right now, I keep getting a sense, Jennifer, their steadiness, their stillness. It feels like nothing much is happening. Everything is no big changes really. So it feels like you need to benefit from this energy right now. Like everything is at a standstill for you personally with work and health, not going forward, but not going backwards either. They're telling me that actually this is how it's supposed to happen. You have to go through this huge period of self-realization. You're going to go inwardly a lot, reevaluation of your life. A lot of energies are working on you, on your behalf, even though it feels like nothing is happening in your life. Please understand that a lot is happening at an energetic level for you. Allow your angels, your spirit guides to work. So please be aware that you are not forgotten, but right now it feels like you have to take it slow. So Miss Tamika has a question. I get a sense, Miss Tamika, that for some reason they're showing me that for right now, something extra that you can do on the side that is also going to give you not just pleasure, but also some extra money. Look into tutoring. Is there any form of tutoring that you can do remotely? And I get a sense that you're going to be working with students one-to-one, whether you're going to give them a consultation about how to get financial aid, how to get to college, or whether you are going to consult them about a specific subject. I have a sense that right now feels like the ideal time for you to think what is it that you can offer so that you can work one-to-one with a client or with a student and get paid for it. So it's going to be something extra that you are going to be doing on the side. It feels like what it's stopping you right now. It's you just need a little bit more courage. Okay, so give this a little bit more time. I get a sense that in the next 3 months, starting from today, moving forward in the next 3 months, little by little, you're going to build that courage to start to do that. But it doesn't feel like the energy is ready for that yet. So give yourself a little bit more time. So even if you get one person right now, it's fine. And by the time you get another person, it's going to be a month, it's fine. It's mostly about you figuring out what can you offer that has value, that people want to hire you for consultations or for tutoring one-to-one. Kathy Robertson. So it feels like right now, in order for you to focus a little bit more on your creative work, it feels like you're having a little bit of a writer's block. You need something to inspire you. So it feels like you helping, not going out of your way to help your mother and daughter with their writing projects. You don't have to go out of their way, but help them a little bit, and before you know it, you're going to get more in tune and more in touch with your own creative sense. And then your creative work is going to be like boom, 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 gone. So use that as a way to inspire you, among other things. So help them a little bit. Don't just fully focus on just helping my mother and daughter in writing projects. It was a pleasure, Jennifer. MD, it feels like they're saying yes to the promotion. It feels like that would be a better choice for you, because they're telling me that in order for you to change your career, you're going to have many chances to do that. Okay, this is not going to be your only time. You always have time to change your career. But right now, it feels like this opportunity being given to you, this promotion, should be something that you should not waste it. So take it for the time being, and you are always going to have plenty of time in your life, okay, for you to reconsider again maybe a new career. But for the time being, it feels like this promotion would have a lot more to offer you. Going to go back to a few comments. Somebody had a question about mental health, and I don't know which one was it. The Akashic Records told me to talk a little bit more about mental health. So, okay. And there's a lot here. I don't know. Okay. If you are somebody who had a question about mental health, could you please type it again? I can't find it right now. There's way too many comments and questions for me to keep up with everyone and everything. Green Baby, can the Akashic Records help me figure out what I am meant to work on that would bring me the most satisfaction in life? Focus on matters of evolution of soul, how to be better, self-realization, self-help books. It feels like by you exploring a little bit, even reading books about self-help, following Oprah has that Super Soul Sunday. Focus on people who talk about personal development, because it feels like you're going to discover that you have a talent for it. You're born to do that. I'm sorry, I don't know your gender. I don't know whether you are a woman or you're a girl or a boy, but they're telling me that you are going to discover that not only it comes to you naturally, but you don't even know how much you inspire people around you. You are very wise. You are wiser beyond your years. You just don't see yourself as a wise person. So start with that. Work a little bit on you undervaluing yourself. Okay, get in touch with your true power. And once you get in touch with your true power, that path is naturally going to unfold in front of you, because I have a sense that you are going to be quite popular, okay, in a small group of people, when you are going to be giving speeches and lectures, and you're going to teach them about how to deal with problems in life. So basically, it's going to be self development. Another skill that you have, Green Baby, you are very good with numbers. So any jobs, any careers where you get to use numbers, finances, numbers, calculations, that is also going to bring you the most satisfaction in life. And always remember, right now they're saying, have a hobby, okay? Figure out, like, do something just for fun, have a hobby, because in the immediate future, okay, that's what's going to give you the most satisfaction right now. You need to have more joy. You need pure and laughter. You need to connect to people with whom you can share the same hobbies. Find a hobby and find a group, a team of people who share the same hobby. So, Carol, you're trying to teach others spiritually. Are they listening to me? It's not about how many people are listening to you, 10, 20, 100, 300. It is about you finding those 3 or 4 people that are meant to connect to you because they truly understand you. So do not focus on how many people are going to teach they're saying. Just focus on that one person that feels like they truly get you. But it feels like you teaching others right now, it's coming a little bit not so easy. It feels like you had to push through it, because right now it feels like you personally need a few days or a few weeks to kind of sit back, relax, and they're showing me a lot of sleep. You're going to need a lot of sleep because energetically you're going through a very big personal change. So in order for you to be this respectful teacher that you desire to be, allow them to work on you a little bit more. So give yourself a few more weeks, sleep a lot, and see if that's going to make a change. Okay, and then it's going to turn around. The students are going to show up for you. So I don't get a lot of students, 1 or 2, but that's what needs to happen with you right now. Welcome, Carol. So a simple baby step like that, just sleep and see how much that's going, a tiny little shift is going to bring a lot of change. Oh, thank you, Green Baby. It was a pleasure. Okay, they want me to talk a little bit about mental health. As I said, somebody had a question about mental health. I don't know where that is. There's way too many people and way too many questions. Right now, I cannot keep up. But let's talk about mental health. They're telling me that the phase that we are all going through right now, they are reminding you, when you studied psychology, when you studied sociology, and they all talk about the 5 stages of grief. The first one could be acceptance or denial. And then right now, it feels like globally, we are all going through that phase of anger. You may notice that with your own self. Easily you can be ticked off, anger issues within yourself, things that easily are going to anger you. You are going to hear comments or hear about people bickering and fighting. So we are all right now going through this big spurge of anger. It needs to happen. So please be very aware not to take this anger up a notch where it should not be. But that anger needs to come out somehow. Hi, Smaranda. How are you? She's one of my clients. I do remember her very well. So, Love 88 Spirit, right now, our karmic cycle, it's not quite ending yet, because not only it's up to each individual and their free will, but also they are given a chance in 2020, this year, where karma is being worked out on our behalf. The only thing that you can do right now is take a deep breath, take a deep breath, and focus on visualizing yourself, a perfectly healthy person, and visualizing the globe, other people, humanity, perfectly healed, and everything is at a perfect balance. Okay, because these kind of things take time, and there's many layers to the healing of the karmic ancestral line. It feels like more so than don't focus on the healing of or your karmic ancestral line. Focus on energy healing right now. That's what they're telling you. Okay, and keep repeating those mantras because they're telling me they seem to work for you. So, folks, Rodriguez, I think you had a question before, and the Akashic Records answered to you through me. So, for right now, just focus on finding your own balance right now, because everything is shifting and changing for everybody, particularly for you. Find that inner balance for yourself, and then you will be able to find your warrior spirit will be able to dictate to you what else do you need to do so you can help humanity. Hi Rose, welcome to monthly readings for sign. Hi Rose. Okay. So I just got a new member. So Jennifer has another comment. So I understand the physical part, but understand that everything that's going on in your body, not always, but sometimes is very deeply connected to the energy. There's a little, so every organ has an energy, but sometimes it's more energy than your physical body. Right now, they are actually also indicating to me tension in your shoulders, your upper back. It is an indicator, Jennifer, that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. Try to be as gentle with yourself as you can, and try to be very, very forgiving with your own self. And that's what you have in your hand to do to help your body going through menopause, the lower back pain, and the sciatica. Hi, Samantha. I love you too. Nice to hear from you. So abstract wellness, when meditating spiritually, it feels like something wants to communicate, but I can't hear with my spiritual ear. What am I doing wrong? They are not telling me that you are doing anything wrong. They're telling me that what you are describing, it's not a matter of you hearing, it's a matter of you feeling. So when you meditate, during the meditation, what feeling is coming up? Even if you get angry, even if you feel distraught and you are not able to focus on the meditation, that is actually the message that they are trying to give you. So your spiritual ear is working fine, but the messages this time around are not messages that you can hear through your spiritual ear, are messages that are talking to your soul. It's emotions. It's about deep healing related to childhood, to your younger years in life are coming up for healing. The only thing that you can do is just meditate and don't worry how or what is coming up. But please know that right now, some form of healing is happening to the very root of who you are, going back to the very moment that you were born. And they're showing me like every 10 years. So the first 3 meditations are going to be healing like the first 10 years of your life, okay? And then you're going to keep on meditating, and then another set of 3 meditations is going to focus on healing your life from the age 10 to 20. So they were very specific. That's what they're telling me in your case, abstract wellness, but they are also telling me that you know what they mean. So keep meditating on regular basis, but don't force it. Just let it happen. You don't have to have a schedule. When it comes to meditation, you just keep doing it. You're not doing anything wrong. I think I just got a new member, Roses. Well, thank you so much. Roses, did you have a question for me right now? I'm going to be right now online for a little longer. So if you like me to get a question for you, and I'm going to try to answer to my best ability, okay? Thank you so much. I don't know, maybe I already answered the question for you. I don't know, I'm sorry. Like so many names and so many questions. I don't know who is it that I'm answering to, but if you do have a question, Rose 1888, I'm still here. Thank you so very much for your generosity and your appreciation. Small wildflowers, it's okay. After this live stream is going to be posted on YouTube, so you're going to have a second chance to look at it. Om Shanti. They're showing me a grandmother. They're showing me people who have crossed over, who still seem to look over you. Right now, the message coming to you from the Akashic records is to find a way to remember and to honor your loved ones who have crossed over. And again, I don't know you in person. I don't know how young you are, but they're showing me something in connection to a grandmother energy. From the other side, light a candle, say your prayer, keep their memories alive. So something simple, it doesn't have to be like a grand gesture, but know that there's a lot of love for you on the other side. So please do let me know if particularly the grandmother energy on the other side is making sense to you. And for some reason, they're giving you one single flower. Okay, so that's their sign. That they are trying to communicate with you, to bless you in some ways. They're watching over you. So when you get a single flower in a dream or not in a dream, know that there's them working on your behalf. Smaranda, it feels like life has a lot of ups and downs for you right now. And they're saying they highly recommend for you to go with the flow. Don't have a specific plan. Don't make any plans for the time being. Just try to keep yourself as grounded as you can. And they are reminding you that everything is going to work out for you. I cannot remember right now if you're married, but everything is going to work. Out. Actually, they are even showing me that if you get some physical exercise, that would be a very good thing. Exercise at home or go for a run, do something. It feels like your body just doesn't want to stay inside anyway. You're going to feel a lot better if you get some form of physical activity, exercise done. And it feels like the tension in the home, it's going to be a lot less if you get some exercise done. You channel it somewhere else. But don't get a sense that anything bad is about to happen. Just try to be as grounded as you can. Life has ups and downs. After the lockdown is over, I get a sense like your life is just going to go straight. Not too many bumps in a row. It's just, I get a sense of somebody putting a stamp on some paperwork or a document, but they're not going to tell you right away yes or no. They're going to make you hang by every word that they're saying. And then it feels like there's going to be some delays in the mail. And because something is, you're going to receive something in the mail, but there's going to be some delays with the mail. Okay, but I get something being approved because they're showing me a stamp. They're not showing me a visa. They're not showing me a signature. They're showing me a stamp. Whatever this means, you have to be very patient. It's not going to happen right away. They're going to make you wait. So I hope that this is making sense to you. Okay, Rose. Okay, Rose. Okay, give me one moment so I can focus on your question. Rose, they're telling me that deep down, they're showing me your heart, and they're showing me how your heart is shattered, and it is not a question on is written on this day, on this month, you're going to meet someone. It is a matter of you understanding that the love, that yearning that you have to love and to be loved is actually your power. You are meant to show up, and people are just meant to love you just because you showed up. I have a sense that for right now, I don't know if you are working, I don't know if you are retired, but is there anything that you can do that gives you more joy in terms of your work? If you're working, is this job giving you a lot of joy? Okay, another thing that you need to focus on is traveling. They're telling me that once the ban is over and you are allowed to travel, traveling is going to open a lot of opportunities for you, doors for you, and little by little your heart is going to open up. You are a wonderful person, but you don't think of yourself as this wonderful person. You see yourself as a regular person with a lot of flaws. And of course, we all feel that way. But you also have to look at yourself from the higher perspective, how God sees you. Don't just focus on what's not working on your flaws. Also focus on what is great about you. What is it that has potential to make your life great? Focus on getting pleasure out of a job, or more pleasure and joy out of a job. Okay, and any chance that you have to travel. You have a very wandering soul. You're in a past lifetime, you have been part of expeditions. You have been part of the ships that were sent out to discover new lands. So you, deep down in your soul, you love new places and you love exploring. Connect to that part of your soul. Okay, so make that possible for yourself. And it is through these travels that you are going to open up your heart and you're going to be more comfortable with who you are, because you're not allowing others to fall in love with you. And I get a sense that this is going to be, they're showing me like a much older gentleman, but a gentleman who is very accomplished in his work, a gentleman who has it all together, very balanced. He won't show up to you carrying a lot of emotional baggage. By the time that the two of you meet, he's going to have all of his affairs in order. But they're showing me this older gentleman, and I don't know your age. I don't know if this makes sense. A very gentle soul. He's not going to be aggressive. So basically, focus on mending your heart. And I'm not saying that anything terrible happened to you. It's not about that. But because you are made for love, when a person is all about love, very easily, even a nasty comment can hurt you. And at some point, that becomes a little here and a little there. So it feels like love resides within you. It's a matter of you giving yourself permission to get out of your shell. Okay, get out of what feels familiar. Try something new. You're living your life like very protected. It's like living in a shell. Give yourself permission to love and to be loved. You're going to repeat this mantra. I give myself permission to love and to be loved. And you're going to repeat this mantra for 40 days. Okay, repeat this mantra as many times as you can. And this is not only for Rose, this is for everybody who wants to attract love, and see what's going to happen. See if something is going to shift. Okay, so repeat this mantra for 40 days. It's a tiny little baby step that anyone can do, and see if that's going to change something in your life. So I hope that that is helping you, Rose. So Rose, I'm just scrolling down the comments, and now I can see your new comments. So you're saying disabled. Yes, you do love to explore, and I'm 50. Love doesn't care. Love doesn't care. When a person is drawn to you, a person is drawn to you. So don't use that as an excuse to hide from love. That's why you only go in places that you are very familiar. Sometimes you have to go to a new place that you haven't been. Maybe go to a new restaurant, okay, when all the restaurants are going to be open. But for right now, Rose, say this mantra, and you're going to notice that you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more lovable. People easily are going to give you love. And then eventually, you're going to be more open and ready to receive the romantic love, okay, the relationship. Okay, so don't forget to love your self. So, Green Baby, to answer to your questions, the best service is to get an Akashic reading. An Akashic reading, the first question will be, what is the higher purpose of my soul? And they're going to tell you what's the higher purpose of your soul, and is there a baby step for you to do right now so you can achieve this higher purpose of your soul? And they're going to tell you what can you do, how to achieve the higher purpose of your soul. And another question is going to be, what are my gifts, talents, skills, abilities? How am I meant to use this talent, skill, and ability now? Am I doing anything wrong in using my skills, talents, and abilities? Do I need to use them more? Do I need to use them less? Is there something new that maybe I need to use right now? So getting an Akashic reading with answer to all of these questions. So I hope that this is making sense to you, Green Baby. And again, that love mantra, I also use that love mantra myself. Okay, and it's not about boom, after 40 days I meet a person and I fall madly in love, but something definitely shifts. People are just drawn to me. They invite me to go parties, they invite me to go out. Like, life suddenly becomes easier. I get compliments, and when you go out meeting new people, it's that's how they create the setting and the opportunity to meet new people. So that is also something that I personally use. So Rose, I hope the best for your travels next spring. So it's not going to be like this year. So I hope that you have the most fun. So I think I'm going to call it a night. Oh, okay. I was going to close, but I got a question. Is your current love interest a scammer? Depending, what do you mean by that? Depending. Okay, so you have to reword your question, Cynthia, because are you trying to find out whether he's pretending to be in love with you, but he doesn't love you? Or are you trying to say that, yeah, you're dating someone, but he scams people on the side? So if you rearrange maybe your question, the wording, so I can understand the question better. But I get a sense that they're telling me that you don't have to worry too much whether your current love interest is a scammer or not, because he's not going to affect you in a negative way. Whether he is a scammer or not, this is not going to be a relationship that he's going to end up affecting you so much in your life. It feels like this is going to be some kind of like a love that passes. It's not going to be long lasting. That's what they're telling me. But they're also telling me that, like, you're not going to allow this guy to harm you or to scam you in any way. They're not showing me anything specific. They're not telling me like this is what he does and he's a scammer. No, they're not giving me that information. They're not saying anything at all, but they're telling me that you're safe. Okay, so you're going to be safe. So that's what they're telling me, Cynthia, and I hope that this is making sense. Thank you to everybody. Have a good night. I will connect with you in the future again, as always, on my YouTube channel. For those of you who maybe wanted to know more, you can always contact me for a personal reading. I'm a lightworker@gmail.com. You may visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. I am going to link all of my contact information down here below in the show more description box. You can please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, turn on the notification bell. If you'd like to join the membership program, click join right here, and you're going to have access to more videos. And more live streaming. I wish you the very best. Have a good night, everyone.